Hello and welcome. My name is Arindam, and in this video I will be showing you how to do the Gamma Fenry Sulfur boss fight on Fjordur solo on official server difficulty settings. So I'm going to be using 17 Shadowmanes, 2 Techrexes and a Uranus. Let me show you the stats of my creatures. So my Shadowmanes have around 14.5 to 15k HP and around 500 something percent melee. My Rexes have around 20,000 health and around 600% melee, and they both have around 70 armored saddles. My Uranus, which I'll be riding, will have around 24k health and, well, ignore the melee part, and it has a 76 saddle. So before I actually start the boss fight, let me tell you what you need. So you need to get the trophies from the Gamma versions of the Dragon, Broodmother and Megapithecus. You can check out my individual videos for how I beat these boss fights easy and reliably. And well, now let's actually start the boss fight. I know that transfers are not opened on official servers yet. That is why the stats that I am showing for my dinos are pretty average without needing too many mutations. Now about my army. So in general, I always go with 19 Shadowmanes and a UT. But then the Fenry Sulfur boss will aggro onto my UT and that will not be a very nice thing for me. So I have kept a mate boosted Rexes so that the mate boosted Rexes act as a tank and a bait, leaving my Uranus to be completely free and independent of any kind of interference. Eventually, they are going to do their job. Now, the Fenry Sulfur boss has a lot of attacks. The attack that you need to be careful about is that one, the one that you saw right over there. That is called the Spirit Wolf. It actually sends an astral spirit projection of itself, and that attack, if it hits you, will do 250 damage to you instantaneously and will dismount you if you are on a large mount. But if you are on a small mount, it will insta-kill you in one shot. That is why it was essential for me to take these Rexes, so that me and my Uranus will not get aggroed to at all. I will still take a bit of damage thanks to these ice spike attacks that it does from the ground, as well as the frozen attack, but more or less I am safe. Now the Fenry Sulfur boss actually I believe has a bit of damage reduction, so you can see my Shadowmanes are not doing a lot of damage. And by the way the Fenry Sulfur boss has around 385,000 health, so it has health more than the Alpha Megapithecus. So you can imagine how powerful it is. The boss arena is around minus 30 degrees Celsius, so you should always be using some amount of fur armor beyond primitive level to ensure you don't freeze to death. I would even recommend that you use some Freya curry. You can see my fur armor is pretty good. And you need to have at least 700 hypothermal insulation to survive in the arena. If you are below 700, then you are going to be getting frost damage. And we are done. Let's do the most important part. So 385,000 health. And can I move these guys out there? Well, it seems I won't be too lucky with the screenshot. This one is absolute garbage. So eventually the boss fight is going to end, and when it does, I'm going to show you the stats of my dinos. Well, I think we have enough time. Let me show you my Rexes first. So the Rexes, which acted as tanks, took 8,000 and 9,000 damage. They took a lot of damage. While my Shadowmanes practically took no damage. Unlike the Lost Islands Dinopithecus King, the basic attacks of the Fenrir Sulfur are mostly forward facing and do not have a large AoE. So while I was at a big disadvantage in the Dinopithecus King boss fight where all of my Shadowmanes were taking a beating at the same time, I did not face that problem over here. And the Shadowmane's natural 80 armor combined with its pack boost, Thorn Tail debuff as well as mate boost made sure that they hardly took any kind of damage. But this was just the beta fight, and my Shadowmanes have the complete 80 armor. Even though they are pretty average with around 14k and 500% melee, they are still pretty average. My Rexes, as you can see, lost around 50% health. So all in all, you can estimate that Rexes with around 15 to 20k HP should survive this fight. My Uranus, I am guessing, did not lose any health. Now, you would be doing this boss fight not for its element or trophy, but for this guy. The Fenrir, as you can see, has this amount of stat from the cryopod. And one thing to note is, no matter how many times you actually do this boss fight, you are going to get a level 150 Fenrir, and the Fenrir stats remain constant. So the stat points present for each of the various stats like health, weight, oxygen, melee, they will always remain the same. The Fenrir is not, it's a trophy mount and it doesn't do much. It has the same sound, the same animations as a wolf, normal dire wolf. And well, let me show you the other attacks. It can do this, which is a frost, I don't know what. This is the frost armor, by the way. It will change its armor from 10 to 80. But all in all, it's not a very good team. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it and understood it, please drop a like, subscribe, share around and turn on bell notifications, because my next two videos are definitely going to be the beta and alpha Fenrir Sulfur. And if you have already noticed it, I am at level 190. I've collected all 200 runes, and you can see from this, right now I have completed practically all of the boss fights, all the chibis, all 1000 explorer nodes, everything. So the only thing left for me to do to yield Mjolnir and become a completionist is to get the beta and alpha bosses. But hey, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.